Hello everybody, I'm Tychocelchuuu, and today we have a Frontlines Men of War Assault Squad match. This is only going to be half of a Frontlines match. One of our players crashes in the transition to the second part, so in this match I'm going to be attacking along, or no, I'm going to be defending along with some random guy from the internet, and we are fighting against two people who are attacking. And it's going to be Germans versus United States, and we're going to be United States, and they're going to be the Germans, I believe. And my teammate here is DG Harm, and we're up against Stalax and Gangsta Away Death Trap. So, I hope you will find this match as exciting to watch as it was to play. The map is Sevastopol, and we have to wait for DJ Harm to load. DJ Harm, I believe, is the person who crashes out halfway through, so he didn't... Well, I thought he was going to take forever to load, but I guess that wasn't so bad. So yes, we are the United States, and we are defending against the evil Germans. And so I buy a machine gunner because machine gunners are awesome. It is unfortunate how the United States gets Browning automatic rifles for their machine gun rather than like an MG42 or a DP27 or something, because with only 20 shots in the magazine, it's not quite as effective at holding off hordes of infantry as the other machine guns, but the killing power is pretty good. The bar is not much worse than any other machine gun when it comes to mowing people down. It's just the sustained firepower is not as good because it runs out of bullets, so that's why you want to have multiple bar gunners. And yeah, pretty straightforward defensive stuff, buying some infantry. Setting up the sandbags, even though I have an extensive network of trenches already, because just the more sandbags you have, the better. It gives you another position to fall back to, it gives you another place to place infantry, and it also gives you not only another place to put infantry, but another potential place to put infantry, so that your opponent, when they're attacking the point, they don't know if there's someone prone behind the sandbags or prone in the trench, or maybe there's people in both places, maybe there's people at one. So as much as you can keep the enemy guessing, you want to keep the enemy guessing, and so that's what you want to do. So if you watch my previous video that somebody sent me, that guy was placing mines individually, so I'm trying to do that, but I can't figure out what fucking button you press. I'm trying like control is obviously not it, that goes into direct control. I'm trying like shift, no, shift just does it in a straight line. I'm trying left click, that gets rid of the mines. I'm trying right click, and I'm like, just whatever, I'm just gonna lay some mines. So I have both anti-personnel and anti-tank mine layer people set up. Fairly difficult to spread them out, because if you select the squad leader, it'll select the entire squad. I swear I turned off squad selection in the options menu, but it seems like it does that anyways. So my general strategy is to set up anti-tank mines on the main thoroughfare, and then anti-infantry mines on the capture points. It just seems like there's too much variety, too many ways for vehicles and stuff to go for me to worry about setting anti-tank mines all across, like all points of entry. The other way to do it is you spread anti-tank mines in a long, thin line all across your line, so that like it's very hard to pass without hitting one anti-tank mine. That's probably good too, but it takes a lot of mines just to cover all the potential territory they could drive over, and I just rather bank on as the match goes longer, they'll just sort of right-click for vehicles to try and move them to the front lines, and the vehicles will take the shortest path, and the shortest path is going to be down the road, and the road is going to be mined. So that at the very least you add to the opponent's micro if you just mine up the main road, because then every time they buy reinforcements or something, if the reinforcements try and go down the road, it's not going to work. So you'll notice I just about run out of time, and I'm moving my Maxon AG machine gun back. And then I'm like, I'm going to have to worry about people attacking. I'm repositioning my AT guns and my infantry and stuff. But what I don't notice is that there's a point further forward of this that it completely failed to notice, because I've played this map before, so it's not like I don't know the map, but like I just completely forget. And so I see this on the minimap now, the fighting started, and I have to quickly reposition my AT guns to get them on a hill, but then I'm like, maybe I'm not like yet. I'm like, why are there people all the way out there? Am I like I think by now I notice. I like go over here and I'm like, why is my ally all the way out here? Oh. So, luckily there's two kinds of attackers in front lines. There's attackers like me who are like, charge! Send everything! Everybody into the trenches! You will all die and I don't give a shit! And then there are other people who are like, let's take 10 minutes and find the enemy and then let's hit them with artillery for another 10 minutes. Then when it's safe, we'll walk in and it's going to be a nice, happy attack. And luckily our opponents are those kinds. You see they've Gangsta Wave, whatever his name, has just fired some artillery at my ally over here. So had they been like me, had they been charge, they would have just taken this point. I didn't have anything. I just had to run forward really fast and send it by a rifleman squad. But they're not aggressive, they're not fast, they're not blitzkrieging us, so I'm not only do I have time to get some people in position, I set up some sandbags, and now they finally show up with an infantry squad and a couple tanks, and I'm not going to be able to deal with these tanks. One of them either just murdered a lot of Folksturm on his own side or on his ally's side with that artillery. So, and my ally is just mowing down 1,000 people on the right. And meanwhile, on the left, I'm not killing anybody, but look, I've slowed him down. I've stopped his progress completely. I've stopped him in his tracks. All because I just sent up one infantry squad. And this is holding off 2 tanks, infantry squad, and an AA gun sort of thing. And that's pretty crazy. The more careful you are when you attack, the less likely you're going to break through and exploit any weaknesses that they have. And you do have to gamble on them having a weakness in their lines, and if they don't have weakness in their lines, the attack's probably going to fail if you're super aggressive. But, like, honestly, I'm all about the super aggression, and you never know when there's a hole you can get through. And in my case, there wasn't even a hole. I just didn't even have anything to have holes in. Like, everything was a hole. It was just one massive hole that he could have walked through and done whole things in. But then I plugged it up, so now I only have some holes. And I'm about to have another hole because this artillery is coming in. But look, this guy Stalex. So the two enemies, Stalex and Ghostface Killer, or Gangster Away Death Trap, both of them have bought artillery, and both of them are doing the whole, I'm trying to pick up this machine gun and it's bouncing around, but luckily if you make it to the machine gun before it bounces, you get to pick it up, but then I instantly get annihilated with artillery. Anyways, both of them are going for the whole, let's bombard them with artillery for 5 minutes, and then let's just waltz in and see what happens. And it's like, you know, there's an advantage to that, which is that number one, it doesn't take any skill, and number two, you don't have to do anything. You just sit there and click the artillery attack button every once in a while. So that's pretty easy. And you don't take many losses is the other advantage. The downside is that you never get your attack off the ground. Like, I have nothing here. I just have some infantry here behind sandbags, which I set up at the last minute. Not even at the last minute, in the first minute after the last minute, when the game had already started. All of my infantry is dead from artillery barrages, but that doesn't even matter because I barely had any in the first place. He had 2 tanks on that assault, plus his AA gun. Like, clearly there had to have been some way for him to get through and kill me. Like, there's much more he could have been doing this entire time instead of just like, let's bombard you with artillery. And look, now I'm catching some more artillery, but like, since I have so few people over there, and since they're in trenches and stuff, like, it's not even killing anybody. Look, it's just exploding. I just have 2 people left sitting in this ditch. This crazy massive ditch that we dug, because we were going to fill it with apples and go bobbing for apples, but we never made that work. Now I just have 1 guy left, so finally he's taking this point. I'm like, hey, let's hit him with grenades or something. Let's fly over here and throw a grenade. And I'm like, oh, this is gonna own. Look at all those people. I'm gonna hit them with a grenade, but my guy's almost dead. So let's get it over here. And haha, sucker. Unfortunately, that grenade didn't do jack shit. I'm not sure. I got like a dud grenade or something, or I didn't throw it close enough. That's just really unfortunate for me. And now this guy's gonna get shot and die. But those are Folksturm, so it takes them like 20 minutes to shoot me. I think those are Folksturm. Whatever. I did save one of my machine gunners, though. See this guy, Alan Riviere? I'm sending him forward, then I realized, no, he's just gonna get shot, so let's send him back. And this is gonna make a big difference. Another machine gunner in your lines behind some sandbags, that makes a big, big difference. Don't underestimate that stuff. And look, it's somebody with leftover anti-personnel mines. Let's plant some of those. So, yes, finally they've captured the frontmost points, and now they're moving on up to try and take on my actual defenses. But you saw how long that was, like, we're 10 minutes into this match. Jesus Christ, we're almost 10 minutes. We're more like, I don't know, 5 or 7 or 8 or... We're a long time into this match, and, like, they haven't even reached the actual defenses I set up. Like, I forgot to set up defenses in the front, so then I sent some people forward, and they fought those, but they haven't actually reached my whole, like, come at me bro stuff, and now they're finally hitting it. So I'm gonna have to be careful here, because obviously they have the potential to rain artillery in on me, but with my concentrated fire I am holding them off pretty well. In retrospect, I should not have bought this Maxim, or this whatever that quad AT or quad machine gun thing is called. So here's their first Stug knocked out. Don't go up against 2 AT guns when death is on the line. And boom, that guy's running over some mines over on the right, so if I'm lucky I can get some shots in. But that's okay, my friend has an AT grenade that's already taken out that Stug. So if you've seen Band of Brothers, a pretty sweet mini-series that if you like World War II or people at all... Oh, look, by the way, let's stop to talk about, while I was playing this, I got a Steam update. Sequel to Assault Squad announced, and I was like, holy shit, let's go check that out. This is just the normal stuff. This is, what's the call to arms? Awesome, click on it, and Facebook. Okay, fuck you. Later, I went back and checked that. Oh, poor AT gun just got artilleried. Later, I went back and checked that Facebook page. It is a modern warfare version of Men of War. They're moving, this next Men of War game will be set in the modern day. They've got a render of an M4 carbine up with a holographic sight and everything. So, I don't know, it might be cool, it might not be. I didn't pay any attention to who the developers are. If it's the people who did, like, Men of War Vietnam and Red Tide and stuff, it's not going to be, and Condemned Heroes, it's not going to be good. I think those are separate from the people who did Assault Squad and the original Men of War, and I think those people know what they're doing. I don't know. Anyways, let's go back to talking about Band of Brothers so that I can go back to talking about my quad machine gun. So, Band of Brothers, pretty sweet television show if you like World War II or if you like Brothers. And in one of the episodes, the one where they go sort of across the river at night to attack a German place and capture some dude, or whatever they do, they have this quad sort of machine gun thing set up, and then when they give the signal, the quad machine gun opens up on the enemy Germans on the riverbank to cover their retreat. Anyways, so, hey, look, Digital Mindsoft also posted about that. That's great. So, anyways, I bought one of those quad machine gun things. It's a Maxim AA M45. I think probably not the greatest idea. It's just 4 50 caliber machine guns on it, and 50 calibers are super powerful. They'll even punch through some light vehicles, but I think you're better off for a rapid fire sort of heavy machine gun thing like this, buying a different AA gun, buying like a Bofors or something that can actually punch through sandbags and stuff is what you want. Because I think normally the 50 cals do actually shred sandbags, but for some reason this 50 cal seems less powerful or something. I don't know, maybe this one's fine. But I think a Bofors is maybe a bit better for fighting light vehicles and stuff, even though it doesn't fire quite as fast. The 50 cal is, the Maxim is kind of like just for really good machine guns. So here's a bunch of submachine gun infantry charging. If you look at the kill messages in the upper left, my bar is just owning them, or maybe my bars are owning them. It's my bars getting all the kills. Also my AT gun getting some kills. Finally an M1 Garand kills one person, then another M1 Garand kills another. But bars, man, bars are getting like 8 or 9 kills, 10 or 12 kills for every one the rifles kill. So never underestimate machine guns. And look, I'm repositioning my AT gun immediately after fighting that tank, after having repositioned this AT gun once already. I lost my first AT gun to artillery fire, but I'm not going to make that same mistake again. And look, he's shelling where I was, and now I'm getting away. So, suck on that, enemy who thinks artillery is the way to win a video game, because artillery is not. Artillery is just big explosions. Not like artillery is awful, but if you watch my videos, you know what I think about artillery. I don't think it's the shit. I think it's more like shit than the shit. So now I'm trying to figure out how to set up some barbed wire, because if my combat engineers come with it, I might as well use it. And it's nice to block off some entrances to these trenches, because that way they won't be able to flank me. Get in on the trenches. They'll have to charge my trenches head on, where I've got the mines set up, walk over the mines if they want to get in the trenches, and cool stuff like that. And look, it's an extra little mine, and it's an anti-tank mine, so let's go place that on the road. And they're just giving me so much breathing room. The thing is, part of the reason my defense is going so well is because I have time to like dick around and lay mines and stuff, and I just have to sit here, and every once in a while he'll send an attack over here, and now he's weakening down my lines, and now I have to reposition my AT gun to take out this light vehicle. So now things are maybe not going to go fantastic, although look at my bars just murdering everybody. But the thing is, he's like not doing this very much at all. Mostly what he's doing is artillery strikes, and so I have so much time to just sit back and get my defenses ready and sort of screw around and get ready for him the second line. Like, I have a second line of defenses set up, and it's like slightly more stronger than it would have been had I... in fact, it's probably a lot more stronger than it would have been had I had to sort of set it up while being under attacked all the time. But because he's just attacking every once in a while and waiting for the artillery each time, I just have a lot of breathing room to do what I want, and it's making it easy to set up these defenses and easy to get ready for him coming. And it's taking them forever, and we're just earning a lot of points. Like, we're at 1,000 points, and it's looking like they're going to have serious difficulty attacking us. If we can prevent them from taking the 2 sort of large points, when they take those, they'll earn 2,000 points, and that'll look good for them. So if we can take those, prevent them from taking it, it's pretty much an assured victory on our side, as long as we can take the points when we attack. And obviously taking those points is not assured. I'm talking about stopping them. But it's if you're going to attack, you're probably going to get the first points or no points. It's very tough to get the second. And boom! My ally just killed a crap ton of stuff. I think I thought at the time that it was a Calliope. I'm not actually sure what that was. That might have been some sort of artillery strike from the smoke he called down. It's tough to know. Maybe we'll never know. I was looking actually for the Calliope, but I never actually found it, so I don't think it was a Calliope. That's a croc right there. So it's ready. It's ready for him. And if you notice, I did reposition my AT gun after it fired last, and he is bombarding the place where it was. What I should have done is also reposition those infantry, because they got screwed because they were close to where the AT gun fired from last. But whatever. That's how it works. Yeah, check it out. When they bombard empty space, that's like the best thing as a defender in front lines, and that's nice because you can use things like a tank, or even better, an AT gun, a really important AT gun like the M5, one of the expensive AT guns. You can use those to draw enemy artillery fire, because you know they're just going to hit your trenches if they don't have any other option. And you don't want that, because, you know, they're going to kill some of your infantry that are sitting behind sandbags or in trenches or something. So what you want to do is give them something to shoot their artillery at, and an AT gun is a perfect target, because they're going to want to take out that AT gun. As soon as it kills a tank, they're going to be like, oh god, I got to kill that AT gun. They're like, oh, you know what I have? I have some artillery that I can just click the button and be like, blow it up, and I don't have to do any work and just let it bombard. And so that's one thing they're going to do. So if you place your AT gun far enough back that they're not going to just say, okay, let's bring in the infantry and kill it, but not so far back that they're not going to hit it with artillery. If you place it close enough to draw their artillery fire, that's perfect, because once the AT gun knocks out an enemy vehicle, or once an AT gun reveals itself anyways, you can just move it, and then when the artillery fire comes in, no big deal. But here you see they just knocked out my AT gun with their artillery. I'm not sure if he was shooting into the fog of war, or if he actually knew my AT gun was there. I think he probably knew it was there. He's got some infantry, so he's sneaking up. But that was unfortunate, not just because it killed my AT gun, but because it killed my mines that I had set up. So now I'm trying to move my Maxim to shoot that thing, but it was sort of in the trench and it wasn't working. So now I'm trying to shoot it, and I think I've got him out of the trench, but it's actually a little glitchy. I have to move it a bit farther, and you'll see me do this in a second. I'm trying to go into direct control, it's not working, so I'm like, whatever, this is not happening, and I'm like, I gotta kill these scout cars, so I move it up, and once it's sort of on level ground like that, it works. And see, look, 50 cals are supposed to do more damage than that. They're supposed to punch through, I thought, but whatever, that doesn't happen. So now these these scout cars are gonna own me, basically. My infantry is screwed, so here now I'm bringing up this M3 AT gun that I just purchased, and it's just a race against time before all my infantry is cut to ribbons. This was just a mistake on my part. I should have known that the 50 cal wasn't going to punch through, except I shouldn't have known, because 50 cals are supposed to punch through that shit, but whatever. Like the thing on top of the Greyhound, the weapon on top of the Greyhound, that's a 50 cal, that punches through these light vehicles, no problem, right? Whatever. I have my light AT gun up, but stuff is in the way, and I'm just like, whatever. I need to stop this assault right now, because I don't want them taking this big point. So I spend my hero points to buy mass production, which is 2 German Sherman Jumbos. What did I say? German Jumbos? Yes, it is 2 German Jumbos. You can buy 2 German Jumbos, the best Jumbos that Germany has to offer. No, they're Sherman Jumbos, and they're pretty sweet tanks. They got a big-ass gun, some pretty good armor. They got a nice gunner on the top. My tank just killed like 18 people in one shot because they have a big gun, and the high explosive shell from a big gun is a big shot. So this is the tensest this match has been because they're getting infantry really close to the point, but I just have just enough infantry left along the sides and just enough firepower from the machine guns on the top of the tanks that I can take them down. And my ally actually realizes what's up. He sends over an M19 and his own German Shumpo, and so that's pretty sweet. They're not going to take this point now, but my ally is the coolest ally. Don't you love people who are paying so much attention to the game that they can tell when their ally's hurting and send over some reinforcements and stuff to help their ally out? I try and do that fairly often. I haven't done it in this game at all, but my ally hasn't been hurting in this game at all, so yeah, there you go. And so now he's trying to one-on-one my German Shumbo down this road with his stew, but my ally, of course, also has a German Shumbo over here. And oh no, it's artillery coming in on the point. Well, that's okay, because everybody's dead on the point. I should probably buy some infantry at one of these points, but I'm waiting. Number one, I don't have any money to buy the infantry, and number two, I'm waiting till I need. If I buy infantry, they're just gonna get artilleried, so I need to find some sort of solution to not just sit on this point and get completely blown to shreds by these shells. But look, this is what happens when you bank on artillery to do all the work for you. He's shelling the crap out of nothing. And if he were attacking this point for reals, like, I pretty much reached the breaking point when I bought those German Shumbos and when my ally sent over the Sherman Jumbo and the M19. Like, my ally realized this is going badly, Tycho needs some help, and he sent over some people. Had they pressed that attack, maybe they could have made that work. Now, obviously, once the 3 tanks and the M19 came into play, I'm not sure quite how easy it would have been for them to press the attack. But, you know, potentially they could have got some infantry in there, do some AT grenade work, whatever. I had reached the breaking point, and instead of pushing me past the breaking point, the opponent was just like, and now a 10-minute break while my artillery shells fall. And it's like, I don't give a shit about your artillery shells falling. You killed everybody on the point already with your attack. I was at the breaking point. You could have gone through. They're coming through. But no, instead he's like, okay, that was a job well done. Now it's time to go find my artillery and bombard the enemy. And my ally is just a badass. This guy is awesome. I think he's Russian or something. We'll see later in the game. He's going to say some gibberish in some foreign language. My ally is badass. He just straight up drives the German Shumbos right into enemy lines, assaults their artillery, and he's knocking out both of them. Like, this is just the coolest thing in the world. This is the sort of thing I try and do, but it never works. And lots of people try and do this because it's so cool. But, yeah. The attackers on front lines are not going to have a lot of AT guns set up, so you can be a little more brazen with your tanks. Obviously, if they have a tank, they'll knock out your tank, but still. So this is like the best thing ever. That's a huge blow to them. Replacing that artillery is going to be very difficult, and he's actually sticking around to get the job done. He's actually blowing up the things for real. But now his tank dies. I'm not sure what killed it. It just said explode. Killed tank crew. So whatever killed his Sherman Jumbo. Well, I meant to say German Shumbo, but I said the right thing on accident. Well, whatever killed it. Good job. So I buy some Marines. I don't have very many points left, but I do have some hero points. So I buy some Marines. I send the ones with sandbags here to reinforce the point with some sandbags, get some cover set up. Then the people without sandbags, aka the 4 guys with the Tommy guns, I send them up, maybe scavenge some supplies. I hit the wrong button. I want to take it all, not give it all, and then I gotta choose a helmet. Let's take that helmet. And so now I got some 4 Marines. They're pretty awesome. Tommy gun's not the greatest at long range, but Marines are the greatest at every range. So let's get some shots. I don't want them to get instantly wiped out, so I want them to get prone. That'll give them a lot more defense. And it turns out they're on a hill, and if I just move a bit back, they'll be on the other side of this hill, and that's perfect because then they can ambush people when they come over the hill. But look, it's a tank. It's a Tiger tank if you're paying attention to the silhouette. And now I realize there's a lot of people coming. Look at that! Look at that pink smoke in the upper right. That's my ally throwing some smoke. I'm not sure how he got the smoke there or whatever, but that's gonna call in the thunder. Here comes the thunder. Boom! Boom! The thunder! The thunder is killing some stuff. Killed a crap ton of Folkstorm. So you see me pulling back my Marines. No, it's senseless to waste Marines. Although you'd be surprised considering the way we use them in real life. But no, it's senseless to waste Marines. and I'm trying to pull these guys back as much as possible, and you see I'm trying to keep them sticking to cover, because if they get hit, sort of ambushed by infantry, they can get cut down. Not quite as easily as normal infantry, because they have more hit points, but they can get cut down. So now we're going to fight it out with the veteran Tiger, and I would not normally recommend this. The Sherman Jumbo is pretty much the only tank the Allies have that could have a chance at this. There is the Pershing, and there is the stupid, whatever it is, the 1956 Korean War tank or something that you can buy. Some massive tank, I'm not sure what that is, and those can maybe try it. But in any case, this is obviously not happening. My ally loses a Sherman Jumbo. I lose my Sherman Jumbo. If I were slightly less lazy, I would not have told those tank crew to climb into that thing because it's on fire, so they're going to burn to death. But so yeah, that was not my best option for taking out that Tiger. The thing is that I don't have any other AT guns lying around, so it's not like I could just duke it out with the Tiger with those. And the other option was pull back the Shermans, wait for the Tiger to get closer, and try and ambush him. And I wanted to use my Sherman on the point to defend the point with the 50 cal and against enemy infantry, so I didn't want to move the Sherman off. So that was probably a mistake. There's those people I ordered into the Sherman. Again, mistake. Don't order people into a tank on fire. These things will happen. This is maybe a mistake duking it out with the Tiger, but now we just have to hope that the Tiger doesn't roll over. Oh look, it's a Pershing. Or is that a Super Pershing? Oh, what the fuck is a Super Pershing? Whatever. So maybe I'll take out the Tiger. We'll have to see. Hey, look, it's a Verbovin. Luckily, I have my tiny little AT gun from long ago, which I can reposition and probably take this out. And I have my German Jumbo over on the right. And look, he can take some shots. Boom! Thank you, Sherman Jumbo. German Jumbo. The German Jumbo has destroyed the Verbovin. What more do you wish us to do, mein Commandant? Lieutenant? What does lieutenant mean in Germany? I don't think it means lieutenant. I think it means like captain or something. Man, German fucked up language. And I even saved some of the tank crewmen that I was going to recrew the German Jumbo with, and I put them behind a little shack. You can see them to the left of my AT gun if you're looking closely. So the first thing I had 4 hero points left. I could buy 2 things that cost 2, and I decided let's buy some Marines and let's buy the Devil's Brigade, because I didn't know what the Devil's Brigade was, so I wanted to try that out. I was like, sweet, maybe this will be like Marines, except not. Maybe it'll be like Anzac or something. Turns out Devil's Brigade is like 3 dudes, and they're like sick-ass commandos, but like they're 3 sick-ass commandos, so that's not the greatest on defense when you want bodies on the point. They're pretty cool if you're going to sneak around and do some ninja stuff with your cool, awesome commandos and sneak behind enemy lines and blow them up. Clearly Frontline's not the right game mode for that, so I learned my lesson. I will no longer buy Devil's Brigades on defense as Frontlines, probably not even on offense, unless I have some special mission planned for them. But whatever. Yeah, they got silenced pistols. They can shoot. They're really good with the silenced pistols. They have 4 stars if you look in the bottom left. That means they're super duper accurate, I believe, and maybe they reload faster. So they can shoot the crap out of some people. So what I don't want to do is just move them straight to the point into the trenches, because chances are they're just gonna get artilleried. So I mean, the plan is to sort of maybe sneak these into enemy lines, do some scouting, do some killing, whatever, one by one, be a thorn in the side. Maybe keep them in the trenches but off to the sides so they don't get hit by artillery, whatever. They have 3 minutes left. There's no way they're going to capture both these points in 3 minutes. Just big... I gotta say, it's probably a big mistake just slowing down your assault so much to rely on artillery, because artillery just only fires so often. And if you want to get a bunch of barrages in before you attack, it's not going to happen. If all those points they had spent on artillery had been spent on other things, I think probably they would have had better luck pushing forwards. But whatever. My biases are on the table. You know I hate artillery, and this commando's name is Toni Morris, like Toni Morrison, the author. That's her name, right? I think it's Toni Morrison. I can't remember people's names very well. So my AT gun, for whatever reason, isn't firing. It's possible that I can't shoot over this barbed wire, so that's unfortunate. This is basically a last-ditch assault from them. 2 minutes left, and they're not doing so great. So, sucks to be them. La la la. So, yeah, now he says some foreign stuff, so maybe he's Russian. And I reply in his language. And now it's all over but the crying. English? I have no idea. Yeah. So that was maybe a GG, that was maybe a you guys suck, that was maybe a I have a super pushing. Maybe the super, no, the turtle's that stupid tank that's in Men of War for, I don't even know, because the turtle didn't exist during World War II, but it's maybe it's only a, or the tortoise? Are we talking about United Kingdom now? I don't know. Here's their last-ditch assault. This is a last-ditch assault for the record books. Badass ally put some infantry dude way on the left with a machine gun, and he's killing like 8 people. So badass ally is the coolest. Also, the person he's fighting is worse. Right now I'm killing Stalex. Gangsta... Oh wait, look, Gangsta Way Death Trap just bought a Flak 88 and shot my Sherman Jumbo. Whatever. Gangsta Way Death Trap is not the greatest at this game, and he's the one attacking my ally on the right. So look at that reflection on the thing. So my ally does have some breathing room to send some people over here to help me with Stalex. So that's how things work. And good game to everybody involved. Thank you to my ally for being a baller and sending people over to help me. And look, he knocked out the tiger. So at this point, I was like, all right, we're gonna own in game 2. We're gonna own in round 2 when we attack, because we have 2,000 points to their 360 points. Like, they're in trouble. All we have to do is take the front line, and we're basically assured victory next time. Like, it's gonna be very difficult for them to come back from this sort of thing. And look, it's artillery at the end of the match. That's just the perfect metaphor for this game. The game ends while an artillery barrage is falling on me. It just slows you down so much to have to do the artillery thing. And so this is round 2 of 2 loading, but it never happens. DG Harm, his computer crashes or something, and it does not materialize. So I hope you enjoyed this Men of War video game. I guess I'm looking forward to the new Men of War. I'll have to look into who's developing it. It's modern warfare, so that's unfortunate. I like World War II more than I like modern day stuff, but whatever, I'm sure it can be cool. There's no reason modern day has to be no fun or anything. So you can go look that up on Facebook. As of right now, recording this video, they only have a Facebook page up for it, which is like the stupidest thing ever. Like, I have a Facebook up page for Tychocelchuuu. You can search Tychocelchuuu on Facebook and like me, but number 1, that's not the only place you can find my videos, and number 2, fuck Facebook.